Hey everyone, Meowcity here, welcome back. Today we're going to be going through the final confession in Darkest Dungeon 2, Cowardice. So to start things off, let's get the group together. I think I've used this one kind of before, the one I have in mind, although this time around we're going to be changing up a lot of it. The paths, the party order, and the skills on them. So we're going to be starting with the Plague Doctor.
Indiscriminate science stains the surgeon's hands.
Using her still as a blight person, but with Noxious Blast, Battlefield Medicine, Plague Grenade, Indiscriminate Science, Cause of Death. Depending upon where we go, I might switch Cause of Death for Magnesium Rain, but don't anticipate that being a thing. Also going to be using Alchemist, I believe, just for the extra blight resistance, piercing, blight skills, crit, and all the resistances. I think that's really what we want. Then we're going to be taking Sarmenti, of course, our jester.
Lingers long after the final chord has been struck.
And after what he did last time on Soloist, I don't mind him being that much slower for doing that much more damage and having the bleed resistance piercing, so we're going to do that. And instead of going Harvest once again, we're going to be going Sliced Off and Encore. We're taking our boy Dismas, putting him in the first row this time.
Harried, a fugitive seeking to outpace the past.
Which also means he's going to be in a melee build. And I think after what happened with our last run, we're going to be having him on Rogue instead of Yellow Hand, just for that extra damage. And then as kind of a backup
Pride,
tank and all of that, we're going to have Ariston on, is it Vanguard? Vanguard. More health, more damage, plus resistances. But I think the resistance part's fine. Skills, I think we might need to change varying on where we are, but for the main part, we're going to have Crush, we're going to have Bolster, Hold the Line just in case it gets thrown out of range. I do want Retribution, and then the fifth one is the one that's really up in the air, but I think for now we're going to take Command just in case Dismas gets out of the first row and like really throw him back or something. That way he can have him. I think I'm thinking of the skill wrong, but basically Dismas empowered and remove blind, so I think that'll be helpful. So that's where we're going. And I think everyone has what I want on them, so just double checking, and we're good. So let's see what's in store for us.
When you are ready, this rutted roadway will finally take you home.
You know, the more he says that, the more it makes me think, is the mountain technically our home then? Because
Comforts are exhausted. Ahead, only trial and tribulation.
hit the wrong button. Found something new.
Giving way.
Alright, we're going to start by opening a vein on the Woodsman, getting him bleeding. Sarmenti is going to Encore, so we can get a double blight on the back row. They're now blighted for 6, they're going to go down on their next turn. We're going to Retribution so that everything goes at him. Not protecting much there, buddy. Because it's gonna die anyway.
On to the next.
Alright, Dismas once again, opening that vein, bleeding him. Faristan can crush. And a blight.
Excellent work.
Other one goes, and we can open or slice off. Not open vein, wrong person. And slice. That didn't kill him, wow.
However horrid.
Let's get rid of that. Maybe it'll get something up. No. How many times do I have to hit this guy?
We are the flame, burning brightly for all the world to see.
Alrighty.
The roaring heart does much for the weary body. Even more, perhaps, for the restless soul.
Let's throw these on people so they're not taking up space. And then I got the spiked skull cap from the candles, so we're going to throw that on Dismiss just because if target is bleeding, plus 15% crit, and we're going to want everyone bleeding. Actually, apply on to attacker when hit, bleeding. So if he's constantly getting hit. Alright, select route. I think I want to go to the Sprawl no matter what.
Everywhere. In need.
You know, the first coin could be good.
Another
And I want to go to the Sprawl anyway.
Another inferno of mutilation and madness.
Let's get our trusty rabbit. Let's get some whiskey barrels. Does anyone have a quirk that's really bad? Blundering, hydrophobic, blood release, and squeamish. I mean, nothing horrible.
Precious
I could get rid of a few things,
reminders of
but
a time before the end.
should probably get those food barrels because we have the rabbit. Alright, we're gonna use these. Can't win them all. Wainwright.
The next stop is leagues away. Plan accordingly.
And for this, we're gonna get Open Vein, so that does more damage and bleeds for more, and we're gonna grab Fade to Black so it can combo and does more damage and crit. And I do believe that means we are... Oh, what's this? Now, my question with these are, do they last through the entire thing? Like, can I hang on to them? Because I don't really need to use this now, but it might be handy to hang on to. Remove disease, remove negative quirk. I don't think I'm going to get a disease here, but removing the negative quirk could be good. Oh, it's on the entire party. Sure. Alright. And then definitely don't need to use the Jester, so we can test it with that. You'd think it would warn me if that was the case. Oh, really?
Tried and tested. A bond to be counted.
Nothing really too helpful. Take aim. Might use it on the boss.
Behold, the great cities of man.
Alright, so the lair is on the right side.
And a flame.
But doesn't mean we can't go left and then right, but getting the watchtower will probably be more helpful.
Is your coach prepared for the upcoming obstruction?
If I can hit things, that would be nice. Alright, smoke bomb. Let's put that on. Watchtower. Alright, fight ahead. And then some handy stuff up ahead. Okay. Let's open that vein. Let's slice off. I think he's gonna die now. 6 and 4. We're gonna back row. Actually, no. We're we're gonna front row Blight, because then we can hit bonk him and he's probably gonna go down. Just leaving this one. Once again.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
And there we go. Easy peasy.
We are the flame, burning brightly. For all the
Leeches
world
remove
to see.
disease. Anything helpful? Can blind them. Alright, we definitely want to get rid of the sacrificial. But let's also try to take out the flare there. Ah, he had a dodge, darn. But we can keep doing this. That also blights the Immolist there, so we don't have to deal with him for too long. And he's almost dead. Moving forward, not that he's going to do too much unless he goes boom. Let's get rid of him. I think that'll finish them off now. And Baristan, buddy. Yeah, dies on the next turn. Don't have to worry about it. Or I can just do that.
Amidst the spoils,
Ooh.
an artifact of
Buster's Hall
unparalleled
and
power.
Lantern. Might be helpful depending upon what we get. But this, I think, if rank 1 add random ally on turn end, I think that means whoever's in turn 1, not him, so pretty sure that's Dismas.
The void has rendered reality once more. A psychic onslaught awaits.
And let's go get the Librarian. Hopefully he has something good for us. I can think of a few good things I would want from him. And we're getting food for our little friend there, so that's always a good thing too.
The library burns,
Okay.
and with it,
Let's get rid of the
remains
Whipper.
Philosophy, reason, and insight.
Retribution, so they all attack him. We're going to double back row with the Plague Grenade. Really want that player dead, so hopefully that does something soon. And I believe the Shaman is gonna
Let
die
us
too.
hope to finish this quickly.
Alright, and then this will finish the Shaman off. Or it gets the turn rather than next turn. Dismas can finish him off.
The enemy weakens and wanes.
We can then go at the Lost Soul. Oh, we missed. Oh well. And finish him off this time? Alright. Advancing. Alright, let's keep with the same motive here. Gotta get rid of these two while getting rid of these ones. Bariston's gonna Retribution. Oh, that's really gonna hurt him. Flag grenading, we're gonna get that Sacrificial. I think he goes down now.
Early results are encouraging.
Encore so we can blight them again. And that's gonna make the Sacrificial really eat it. Alright. Those two both die in their next turn.
Measured and steady.
Opening a vein on him, so he bleeds. Or at least tries to. This is only if he's with one more stress, so we'll wait on that. Fading to black. And there we go. No more damage on Bariston, that's a good thing. My Time in the Desert, I don't really remember that one. Compress Kit. We need a Pestle and Mortar for that to be good, which we would need to find. Snappy Swig is pretty meh. Charred Litany is only good if this was something else, so this is all pretty blah. The only thing I could see using this for is throwing both the Snappy Swig and the Charred Litany on the Plague Doctor and having her do the Phosphorus Rain or whatever that one's called. And then she would do, I think it's 2, 3, 6 damage to everyone with fire damage per turn. But it would only be like 6 damage to everyone. It wouldn't be like an overtime move anymore. Which, once again, 6 damage to everyone is not bad. Just could be better.
Conflagration must be stopped. The Librarian must be destroyed.
Alright, we're gonna take aim. Since he can't really do too much. We are going to Retribution. And we attack back and taunt. And we're gonna do this encoring so we can eat the Librarian alive.
Bravo!
And actually, I'm gonna blind him. Just because we can. Not so much for that, but, you know, whatever. He is bleeding just from hitting Bariston. It's kind of funny. Right, we're gonna move just because nothing else to do. Gonna re-blind him. Flag Grenade. He can de-stress on one of their turns. I think Bariston can hit him now, though, so probably de-stress with Sermenti. You know what I'm gonna do? Now he's empowered for Duelist Advance.
Malaise. Measured and steady.
Getting some stress down because that's probably a good idea. Duelist Advance because that's all that can really hit. And we missed. But now he has the attack back. We're still gonna blight.
Mistimed. Misdirected.
He is still bleeding from hitting Bariston, who's also gonna Retribution again. For that same effect. And guess what? You're bleeding for more, sir. Alright, let's slice off, getting him bleeding for more.
The fiend's strength doing
5 turns. Right. We're gonna take aim again for when he's in range. Which is now.
Steady yourself.
Ariston can hit him to try to heal. Or miss, you know, whatever. I would prefer not to waste the empowered, but gotta do what you gotta do. I'm going to blight again. Really eating himself alive there.
The slow suffering begins.
Not sure how much more he can do. We probably need to heal. We're gonna open that vein. Let's see if I can't kill him. If that puts him at death's door, then he's gonna... Well, okay. And there we go.
An inkling of potency still lingers in some of these well-worn relics.
The loathing abates.
So just because we have access to it now, I am gonna do this. I don't expect it to be very good, but it is some damage to everything. Ooh, stimulants. That might be a pretty clutch thing. I think Ariston is the one I want to put that on for now. No, Sarmenti, okay.
Rubble and flame. As far as the eye can see.
I don't think that can crit either. Yeah, we'll take that. I think this means we go before everyone else. Oh, no, they still get a few. Alright. Well, let's lead one and absolutely destroy it. I guess it was only Dismiss that got that, but, you know, whatever. Sarmenti can encore. Yeah, no chance to bleed. Or, crit, rather. They do have an extremely high burn resistance, so I'm not going to bother with it on this fight. But it is something to keep in mind. Doing 2 burning damage, and then all the extra bits and bobs we have on it. We're going to make sure they go at him, and then we'll start de-stressing on the next one.
Haste and carelessness. Hallmarks of the unprepared.
Alright, let's bleed again. Oh, that's the thing. Let's hit the sacrificial. Needs 1 more damage, but we are gonna heal.
A small foundation.
And get rid of the burning. We are... Oh. Does it die on its next turn, or does it go boom? Alright, well, Sarmenti's gonna de-stress nonetheless. Alright, taking out the Whipper because we can.
One less obstacle in our path.
We're going to take out this one. Yes, we can't. Would this heal Sarmenti? This would. 6 and 5. It's gonna die anyway, so.
Relief comes rarely in these times. Savor it.
And then just to make sure it dies, because I'm a little... I think it would have died from the blight, but wasn't sure. I've never actually seen that happen, if I remember right.
The extreme. This work is noble and necessary.
Alright, onwards and upwards. Faceless facsimile. Or assistance encounters. I'm pretty sure I've gotten this before. It's not great. So let's go the way that doesn't have 2 loathings. And hopefully get some food for our lovely little rabbit friend who gives us all the health.
Stumbling and grasping.
Shadows of what they once were.
Alright, this one's gonna be interesting. We can try it on this one. Alright, so they're burning for 6. We're then going to open vein on the woodsman. Get them to attack. Fairstone. And actually, I'm going to try to encore to get them burning for 12. Oh, I can't. So we're going to back for Blight.
The fiend's strength dwindles.
And the Widow's going to go down on her next turn if she didn't die right there. He's probably going to die right here. Oh no, he lived, but can't say much for how his condition is. Open vein to get him bleeding. Fairstone can actually de-stress himself. We're going to Magnesium Rain again. Pretty sure that one dies now. He goes. He actually resisted it. Wow. Slice off, bleeding him for more. Opening that vein. Let's heal up. And smash. De-stress.
Persistence will overcome even the greatest of threats. In this weighty gloom, a spark.
Don't think I'm going to be using that Hail Drought either. I'm not the biggest fan of the ones that have the drawbacks like that. Alright, this leads to Assistance Encounter, which hopefully has something good for us.
Giving into madness is easier than holding out again.
Combat item, wheel, or wheel into armor. I suppose we're going to take the combat item. Ichor Bomb. Okay, I'll take it. That could be very useful depending on how we use it. And more candles. I will take it. Wheel, combat item. Food and supplies. Food and supplies. Yes, yes, yes. Give.
Scavenge what you can.
That's it.
And be
I was kind of expecting more. Usually I get like stacks of stuff. Maybe it was too early for that one. I can't hit anything. Alright, and let's see what awaits us in the Oblivion Rampart. Did they change anything up on us, or is it still same old, same old? And what does the altar do now? Altar of Cowardice. Still does its flesh weaving, which is 10 health a turn. Applied to attacker when hit. So when I hit it, there's a 25% chance to knock me back by 2. Sounds bad. Alright, let's bleed the one that's not healing. We are going to Encore. and do a bunch of damage. We're going to start with the magnesium rain to get them all
The
burning.
enemy weakens and wanes.
Right, Baristan, my buddy, do retribution. Now that she used magnesium rain, we're gonna plague grenade. Oh, he did get burned. I just didn't see it. Okay, so they're taking 9 around now. It's actually pretty significant when you combo it like that. Almost would have taken out the altar if it would have double hit there. Alright, let's take out the evangelist if we can.
Squandered. The fiend's strength dwindles.
They are adding up that stress here. You know what? Let's de-stress because we can.
Howling mind.
And then we're gonna take out that altar.
Malaise. Measured and steady.
It goes down on its next turn, so I'm not too worried about it anymore. Taking out the evangelist. It's bleeding for 4, it has 1 left.
The smallest variable can
Collar
make all
down.
the difference.
Let's hit him so he has a chance at bleeding out, leaving this one. We're going to de-stress on Baristan. Seems like that's going to be a big thing. Can I heal? I can't. Alright, so let's flight. Getting that adding up because he's gonna heal and then take damage and heal, but then the heal is gone. So now that that's on him, next turn he's gonna take 6. I'm gonna start going at this one in the hopes that this one's gonna bleed out the first row. Actually, let's magnesium rain.
A slow dissection. An unavoidable end.
Slicing off. Yeah, that's a better plan here. So it bleeds. It's almost dead.
Steady yourself.
Can he bolster again? He can bolster again, getting rid of some stress. This one dies. This one dies. Okay. Slice off. Death's Door. It's probably gonna die. But let's Wicked Slice to make sure. Not horrible, but they seem to stress me out a lot more that
Let
time.
him die.
Stress resistance when stress damage, 25% chance to take damage. Oof. Didn't get a stained item though. Interesting. If stained item is equipped, when we move, add a positive token. That could be good on Sarmenti. Gain when moved by ally skill, add another positive token. Gain when moved by enemy skill, remove all positive tokens and gain 1 stress. I mean, could be good, could be bad.
The loathing whispers. A fortifying.
Yeah, I really don't have much to put on them.
Finally, rest.
I do see a few potential things, but I think I'm going to leave that as is. I don't want to use a few of those. I know they could be helpful, but
The familiar hearth crackles invitingly once again.
Dismiss is even slower. Sarmenti is even slower. That's really bad. Baristan got versus Cosmic. He can basically instant kill them and got better crit. And our Plague Doctor is faster. Okay. We did get the cursed coin for Dismiss, which is really good. Alright, so all in all, not horrible. We kind of know what to expect, so we're going to continue from there next time. Let's see where we get to go.
Consider your position
Oof.
and plan accordingly.
I think I really want those mastery points, but going to the full tier would be better if I can get the thing I want from the lair. So unfortunately, I'm going to forgo the mastery points. We're going to go to the full tier next time and hope that we get the storage thing from the boss, because there are better trophies for us, but the trophy we have right now is absolutely worthless. So banking on the fact of getting a better trophy from that, I think, is the better plan. So we're going to go for that and then see what we can do about maybe upgrading it from there. But then if nothing else, we at least have the extra health maybe from the rabbit. And I know the full tier at least has some trinkets for the Plague Doctor, I think, for extra blight damage, extra blight duration, and blight piercing. So we're going to do that. And the magnesium rain will make clearing the corpses easier. So that's the plan. I'm going to stick to it, and we will pick up from there next time. So as always, I wish you all well. I will see you next time, and please have a good one.